Language is a tool for communication throughout the whole world. In the world, there are roughly 6,500 spoken languages. Language does not only have to be verbal, it can be communicated through body language, facial expressions, and hand motions. A popular language using anything but audio is sign language. As opposed to acoustically conveying sound patterns, this language uses manual communication and body language to convey meaning. Elementary school was when I was first introduced to American Sign Language. In my 5th grade year, I had no idea that my life would soon change forever. I had a class with 2 deaf students that little did I know would change my perspective on what I wanted to be when I was older. I was seated in front of the room besides the 2 deaf kids, George and Marco. At first, I didn't pay attention to the interpreter sitting in front of me communicating with the deaf kids, until one day I got interrupted. Marco turned towards me and signed, "Hi, my name is Marco." I was terribly confused. I had no idea what he had just motioned towards me. I looked towards the interpreter with my eyebrows down, revealing I was confused and needed help understanding what he had just signed to me. She looked back with a smile and said, "Oh, he just said hi and that his name is Marco." I turned back towards Marco and waved. Day after day, I began to notice the language a little more. I started to ask the interpreter Gigi on how to sign certain things like, "How was your day? Do you need help? Teacher, pencil." As I began to communicate with my new friends, I became fascinated with the language and wanted to know as much of it as my brain could hold. I first learned the alphabet, in which to my surprise, I memorized very quickly. It came natural to me. I would practice non-stop and would look forward to the next day just to show them the new signs I had learned. This non-stop practice has gone on much further than elementary school. I am now in my senior year in high school and still just as captivated by the language as I was 7 years ago. I have made many friends that have the same interest and compassion towards this language as myself. One of my friends, Jen, is also as intrigued and dedicated into this language as I am. She is now working in an LOUSD school as an interpreter. She is a huge inspiration to my future career. Most of the time, I go over to her house and practice non-stop to achieve the same goal of being an interpreter. I spend much of my time watching YouTube videos, signing with others, and planning my college career to keep my fluency intact. I fell in love with sign language so deeply that I would love nothing more than to pursue it as a career. I plan on going to CSUN as a deaf studies major in hopes to one day being skilled enough to have the honor of interpreting in our schools, concerts, and courtrooms.